Today, we're digging into a diplomatic dust-up that honestly sent shockwaves through global politics. We're talking about the moment a private message between two world leaders went very, very public, and in a lot of ways, changed the rules of the game.
All right, so let's set the stage here. Before this whole message leak happened, the historic alliance between the United States and France, well, it was already showing some serious signs of stress. This didn't just happen out of the blue. The pressure had been building for a while.
So what were they disagreeing on? Well, for starters, the U.S., under Donald Trump, was very publicly pushing to acquire Greenland. France, on the other hand, actually sent its military to protect the territory, which, as you can imagine, didn't go over well in Washington. At the very same time, France was getting cozier with the BRICS nations, that's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, which really signaled that they wanted a more independent foreign policy.
Now, with all this tension brewing, French President Emmanuel Macron decided to try a more, let's say, traditional approach. He wanted to de-escalate things, but do it quietly, behind the scenes.
So what did he do? He sent a personal text message directly to President Trump's phone. The whole idea was clearly to bypass all the public noise and just find some common ground, leader to leader.
And you can just see the tone of the message here. It's incredibly conciliatory. He starts with, "My friend," points to areas where they could agree, like on Iran, and suggests they could do something great together. He even offers a way forward, a special G7 meeting in Paris. But what happened next was, well, it was something nobody really expected. Instead of a private reply, President Trump took a screenshot of the entire personal text and just posted it on his social media platform for the whole world to see. And just like that, a private diplomatic channel became a public spectacle.
Yeah, the fallout was immediate and it was sharp. This one move turned a policy disagreement into a very public and very personal fight between two of the world's biggest allies.
President Macron's response was direct and to the point. He didn't just disagree with the tactic, he framed it as an act of bullying, basically saying this isn't how respectful nations deal with each other.
Now, did Trump back down? No. In fact, he doubled down. He escalated the conflict even further, with direct threats aimed not just at Macron's political career, but at the entire French economy.
He actually went public and predicted Macron's political downfall. I mean, think about that. For the leader of one allied country to say that about another, that's incredibly aggressive and really, really unusual.
And what makes that statement even more jarring is that at the time, Macron wasn't on his way out the door. He still had over a year left in his term, which is scheduled to end in April 2027. So predicting someone's political end that far out, that carries a lot of weight. And it wasn't just words. Trump brought out the economic threats too. He talked about slapping these crippling 200% tariffs on iconic French products. We're talking wine and champagne. He was aiming right for the heart of French culture and its economy.
So this is the crucial point, right? This whole thing wasn't really about Greenland or tariffs. It was a fundamental clash of leadership styles, of two completely different ways of looking at the world.
And the contrast couldn't be clearer. On one side, you have Macron playing by the traditional diplomatic rulebook, respectful talks, private channels, building alliances. On the other side, you have Trump's approach, using public pressure, dominance, and intimidation as his main tools, all under that banner of America First.
This quote from Trump himself really says it all. He's openly stated that his experiences in the previous administration, where he felt he was constantly being attacked, fundamentally changed him. He says he went from being the hunted to becoming the hunter. That mindset, well, it explains a lot about the tactics we saw here.
So let's zoom out. What are the long-term consequences of an incident like this? Because it really points to a much bigger question about the future of international relations itself.
An incident like this has what experts call a chilling effect. It just eats away at the personal trust that is absolutely essential for high-stakes diplomacy. It makes other world leaders think twice. Why would you have a candid, private conversation if you're worried it might end up on social media? You'd probably be a lot more guarded.
And that leaves us with this huge, fundamental question for the world we live in now. In an age of instant communication, where a screenshot can circle the globe in seconds, can private diplomacy even stay private anymore? And maybe the bigger question is, should it? That's the challenge this whole affair puts squarely on the table for every world leader today.